Hello, everybody. Welcome inside Huff Hall in Champaign, Illinois for Big Ten Gymnastics. This afternoon, it's the conference opener for the 13th ranked Illini of the University of Illinois and the 16th ranked Michigan Wolverines. Hello, everybody. I'm Scott Sudikoff alongside 2016 graduate of this Illini program, Gianna O'Connor. Happy to have you with us here this afternoon. And Gianna, gotta love the early part of the season, but obviously the start of the conference season. And you look at this matchup, you got the top two teams from last year, and of course this Michigan program, 6-time defending champions.
Yeah, so Michigan has been the defending not defending national champions. They've won a Big Ten championship for 30 years. No, sorry, that is Illinois versus Michigan. Sorry, that is their duel. That is 30 years. Wow,
30
great
years.
Start to this broadcast.
30 years, what you're trying to say.
Yes, I am.
It's been 30 years since Illinois has beaten Michigan. This Michigan program, though, 6 consecutive Big Ten championships, just so consistently good.
Yes, strong recruiting class. It seems like they have a strong recruiting class every year. I know last year their freshman class was, I think, the #1 recruiting class in the nation. So they really help out in these lineups.
Yeah, for sure. They were the #1 recruiting class last year, and the standout of that was Natalie Wojcik, the 2019 NCAA Beam champion. But they've even brought in more freshmen this year, Gabby Wilson, Sierra Brooks, who have both won multiple events in their debuts.
Yeah, and that's just their first meet was last meet, so that was their college debut was last weekend. So first couple titles in the first meet of their career looks to be, that's foreshadowing to be a great career, in my opinion.
Yeah, you mentioned Michigan last week. They took on both Washington and Texas Women's University, winning that. 195.650 was their total score, and the #1 vault team in the country right now at 49.325. Obviously, just through one week of action, but have that #1 vault standing. Now, on the other side for Illinois, off to a really good start. The victory at Missouri, and then last week here, the tri-meet, knocking off both Temple and Lindenwood. And obviously the standout has been the 2-time Big Ten gymnast and 2-time Big Ten freshman of the week, Mia Takakawa.
Yeah, Mia is fantastic. She looks like she's been doing this for forever. She looks like she's a senior, honestly. She has so much confidence when she competes. But, yeah, that is 2-time freshman of the week, 2-time gymnast of the week. That is something that has never been done by an Illini before. Once, not let alone twice. So she's definitely one to watch. She scored the Illinois' first ever perfect 10 on beam last weekend, first ever 10 in program history. So her beam is definitely fun to watch.
We'll be starting off today's action. Illinois will be on the vault and going back and forth with Michigan on bars. And we'll talk about Illinois' vault lineup here first. Number 32 in the country after a couple of weeks. And we'll see Mia Takakawa on the vault. In the first 2 weeks of action, she has won both events. 9.775 at Missouri and a 9.750 last week. And she was also the all-around champion against Missouri that opening week. And then we had kind of a late change, it appears, in the Illinois lineup, where we initially thought we'd see Araya Simons on the vault. Instead, we're going to see Brittany Jones, who has not had a ton of time on the vault. How is that maybe to adjust to if you haven't been in a certain event? What does it take to learn, maybe not learn a new event, but to gear up for it at a high level?
I think it's just a lot of practice. Obviously, the coaches put her in because she's been showing that she's been killing it on vault in practice, so they're very confident in her ability today. She has a career high of an 9.825 on this event, so she has competed it before. She just has not competed it before this season.
And then bars for Michigan, they are at number 8 right now in the early season. And mentioned one of their new freshmen, Gabby Wilson. She had a 9.875 that won the event last week for the Wolverines in their opener, mentioned against Washington and Texas Women's University. So kind of pointing out some gymnasts to watch in these first two events. And then we'll flip and have Michigan on the vault and Illinois on the bars. And the vault is where right now Michigan, through 1 week, they are tops, number 1 in the vault, while Illinois, mentioned, is 32 on the vault. And on the bars, they are number 11, where Michigan is number 8. So, you look at that and you say Michigan has the quote-unquote advantage, but, it doesn't always doesn't work that way for the most part.
Not always.
So just about ready to get our action underway with Illinois on vault and Michigan on bars. And first up for Illinois on vault is going to be Julia Waite, a 5-foot freshman from Naperville, Illinois. Last week, a 9.70. Did have a 9.75, though, in the opening contest of the year at Missouri. Good crowd on hands. The rain and snow has moved out of the area for the most part.
All right, and here we go, Julia. Nice Yurchenko half, just a step forward on that landing, but overall great ball.
Julia Waite getting us started. The freshman on the vault. And now on bars, Abbey High School leading things off. There's a look at the sophomore from Charlotte.
Beautiful handstands. Nice pack. Again, just love those handstands. Minimizing deductions.
Didn't compete on the bars last week, did high school.
And a stuck dismount. That'll be a nice score.
Her best score in her career is a 9.825. She's had that on 3 separate occasions. Getting the score for Julia Waite on the vault, a 9.675. And we'll await the score on the bars for high school there. Go to Karen Howell now on the vault for Illinois.
Nice Yurchenko full. She had just a little bit of pipe down on the end of that small hop back. Overall, another great vault.
Second team All Big Ten a season ago for Howell, the senior from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Now look at the second to go on bars for Michigan, Maggie O'Hara, senior from Lexington, South Carolina. Gymnast that's battling back from an injury. Had a season-ending injury last January. Able to come back, though, and perform last week on a 9.825 on the bars for the Wolverines, which is her career high, second time she has done it.
It looks like that was a 9.875 for Abbey High School.
That is correct, 9.875. So actually, that ends up being a new career high for her on the bars. Mentioned 9.825. She had 3 separate times in her career. So great start for Michigan.
Nice straddle Jaeger. So failed to handstand there. And here she gears up for her dismount. A nice floaty double layout. Kind of a step backwards there, but again, great routine.
So Maggie O'Hara finishing up for Michigan on the bars. Gives us time to tell you the score for Karen Howell on the vault for Illinois, 9-7-2-5. And now we look at Mia Takakawa, 9-7-5 last week on vaults.
Great height on that Yurchenko full. She looked like she had her chest down a little bit on the landing, which forced her to hop forward. But again, another great vault for Illinois.
I mentioned 9-7-5 last week, 9-7-7-5 the prior week against Missouri. It'll be Manny Mariani, who is next on bars for Michigan. Sophomore from Tucson, Arizona. Scored a 9.850 last week. And Michigan's opening meet of the year. We got the score for Takakawa, 9.80 on the vault.
Career high for her.
3 weeks in, she's set another career high. And we also have that last, excuse me, Gian, I also got that last bar score for Maggie O'Hara from Michigan, 9.80.
Nice double layout dismount. Looks like she shuffled her feet there. Was almost a stuck dismount.
As we go back to vault for Illinois, Julia Waite, 9.675. Karen Howell, 9.725. Mia Takakawa leading the way at 9.80. And now we see Shayla Scott, sophomore from Plano, Texas.
Great vault.
Coming off a pair of 9.70s to open the season on vault. Up next from Michigan on bars, one of those talented freshmen we've talked about, Sierra Brooks, who only got a 9.10 on bars last week. Four-time national team member is the freshman from Plainfield, Illinois. Got the score, last one for bars, Maddie Mariani from Michigan, 9.825. So the Abbey High School still with that 9.875 leading the way thus far for the Wolverines.
Nice handstand there. And bail to handstand. Now she's gearing up for the dismount. Wow. It's a very nice double A full out dismount. Looks like she had a small step or small hop backwards. Overall, great routine.
New top score now on the Illinois vault side as Shayla Scott has given a 9.825. By far her career best as a sophomore. And now this is Mia Towns, freshman from Pflugerville, Texas.
Nice vault, a little hop backwards. She needs to bend her legs and absorb that landing, and she'll have a nice stuck Yurchenko full.
Coming off a pair of 9.70s as well. In the first 2 weeks of the season was Towns. We await her score as Gabby Wilson is due up next on bars for the Wolverines, who won the event for Michigan last week with a 9.875. Just a freshman. And the score for Sierra Brooks on bars is a 9.85. So Abbey High School still with the leading score of 9.875.
Nice pike Jaeger. Nice handstand as well. Straight to a shoot to handstand. And a nice double layout dismount, just a small hop backwards.
Gabby Wilson, the freshman, looking for another win in this event after last week. The score for Miga Towns, by the way, on vault was 9.775. So the leading score still far is Shayla Scott for Illinois' vault team at 9.825. And now this is Brittany Jones.
Yeah, nice Yurchenko full. Almost stuck that landing. There's the smallest hop backwards. She's going to like that score.
A senior from Scottsdale, Arizona, performing on the vault for the first time this year. Wrapping up the vault lineup for Illinois as we go to Natalie Wojcik. On bars for Michigan. Gabby Wilson got a 9.825 on bars for Michigan. So the leader still Abbey High School for the Wolverines at 9.875.
Beautiful handstands.
Wojcik's best career score on bars is a 9.95 that she's done a couple of occasions.
She's not giving any tenths away in those handstands. All of them are hit. And a nice double layout. Again, small hop backwards.
So we'll see the score that Wojcik gets. Brittany Jones got a 9.70 on the vault, so Shayla Scott ends up with the best score on vault for the Illini, 9.825, which be a new leader in that category in terms of the first 3 weeks of the season for the Illini. Takakawa, Howell have been a couple of the leaders on vault to begin the year for Illinois. As we await the final score on bars for Natalie Wojcik, 9.875 for Abbey High School was the top, and it will remain the top score as it's a 9.85.
We have an exhibition on bars.
Nicoletta Kulos, exhibition on bars for Michigan.
I think this is actually Lauren Farley.
They did list a couple of different exhibition participants.
Good handstand. Nah, stuck double layout dismount.
So we'll switch here and see Illinois on bars and Michigan on vault in just a few moments. We'll run through the final scores once again. Illinois on vault. We saw Julia Waite at a 9.675. Karen Howell, a 9.725. Miga Takakawa, her career best of 9.80. Of course, 3 weeks into her season, but she's continuing to improve her score.
So that's awesome.
Shayla Scott, the sophomore from Plano, Texas, obliterates her previous career high, 9.825. Her previous high was 9.70, and she ends up being the leader in the category for Illinois. Miga Towns, 9.775, and Brittany Jones, a 9.70 on vault. Wrapping up Michigan on bars, Abbey High School, a 9.875. New career high for her. A sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Maggie O'Hara, 9.80. Maddie Mariani, 9.825. Sierra Brooks with a 9.85. Gabby Wilson, 9.825, matching Maddie Mariani. And Natalie Wojcik, 9.85. So Abbey High School set the pace and kept the high score for Michigan at 9.875 on bars. And so the total on bars for Michigan, 49.175. And for Illinois on vault, 48.825.
You can see those scores now.
Connor back with you at Huff Hall, getting ready for Illinois on bars. Yep, and Michigan on vaults. To recap quickly, Illinois on vault, final score 48.825. Shayla Scott led the way at 9.825. Michigan on bars, 49.225. And Abbey High School, the leading score at 9.875. So Michigan on vault. This is where they are excellent. Number one right now. We'll see Nicoletta Koulos, Maddie Mariani, Abby Brenner, Sierra Brooks, Natalie Wojcik, and Gabby Wilson. And Illinois on bars. Number 11 right now. Nicole Biondi, Karen Howell, Mia Takakawa, Olivia O'Donnell, Lexi Powell, and Morgan Bixler. What makes Michigan special with the vault?
Well, they have, I think, 4 1.5 Yurchenko 1.5s. Yurchenko 1.5 start from a 10-0 start value, whereas Yurchenko full starts from a 9.95. So that's where they have the advantage over Illinois. Illinois had all 9.95 start values, so you'll see a couple 1.5s from Michigan, which are 10-0.
So here is Nicoletta Koulos, first on vault from Michigan.
Really nice Yurchenko full controlled small step backwards. That will start from a 9.95.
And on bars to begin for Illinois.
Just a little off on that Jaeger there. She came off the bar.
Nicole Biondi.
So she gets
tough there for the Illini.
She gets 30 seconds in the chalk bucket, so she's gonna get a little pep talk from her bar coach, Caitlin Betts, and then she's going to, I don't know if she'll redo her release move, but she will start from where she fell.
Biondi, a junior from Townsend, Massachusetts, out of North Middlesex Regional High School. 9.775 in each of the first 2 meets this year. Restarting now.
So she is going to redo this release move. And she's good this time. Beautiful handstand. Straight to a bail handstand. Just a little over on that cast and turns around again. She's going to finish. Just has her dismount left. And a good blindfold double tuck dismount, small hop forward.
How was her recovery after the issue?
It was good initially, but then I think she just got a little ahead of herself with that cast handstand, and she unfortunately cast handstand over.
Maddie Mariani, vault for Michigan.
Beautiful, stuck Yurchenko full.
She had a 9.875 last week. And next up on bars for Illinois will be Karen Howell, a senior from Sterling Heights, Michigan. We saw on vault score a 9.725.
A little bit pressure now for the rest of the lineup. Since we do count 5 scores, they're going to want to replace Nicole Biondi's score.
Howell has won the bars over her career on 6 different occasions. We're getting our scores coming in. Maddie Mariani got a 9.825 on her vault. And Koulos, who started things off, got a 9.775 on vault for Michigan. So Howell gets underway on bars now.
Nice piked Jaeger. A little short on that handstand. Into a pack. A little short on that handstand as well. And a little leg separation into that blind full, but, and a double tuck dismount, hops back a little bit. Looks like she just wasn't quite ready for the dismount. She had a little too much height there, which is not a bad thing.
Karen Howell wrapped up for Illinois. Moved to Michigan on vault again, Abby Brenner. Maddie Mariani's 9.825 matches what Shayla Scott had tops for Illinois.
And there's that 10-0 start value I was talking about. That was a Yurchenko 1.5. She just didn't quite get enough rotation, took a step back on the landing.
So Abby Brenner, a who was born at the University of Michigan Hospital but grew up in Minnesota. But it's a pretty good connection to Ann Arbor, obviously. First team All Big Ten a season ago. Back to bars, Mia Takakawa scored a 9.875 last week in the tri-meet here at Huff Hall. Freshman from Sacramento. Karen Howell's score was a 9.70 on bars.
Great handstand. Wow, she looked like she was a little far on that pike Jaeger, but it was beautiful. And a beautiful bail to handstand as well. Gearing up to finish her routine. Oh, just a little bit over, but she saved it right away. Gearing up for a double layout dismount. Little leg vent and separation, but she sticks the dismount, and that's going to be a fantastic score for Mia Takakawa.
Back to vault for Michigan, where Abby Brenner just scored a 9.75, so Maddie Mariani still leads with a 9.825, tied with Illinois' Shayla Scott at 9.825. This is Sierra Brooks, the freshman, 9.875 last week.
Huge 1.5 Yurchenko. Takes a small step forward, and that is going to be a great score for Michigan. The height on that was amazing.
We are awaiting the score from Takakawa on bars for Illinois, and we just got it. 9.875, matching her best scores so far this season. And what that does, it also matches Michigan's Abby High School score of 9.875.
A little short on that handstand for Olivia O'Donnell. I love her toe point, though.
Freshman from Evanston, Illinois.
A little short on that handstand. Just a dismount left. Blindfold double tuck and sticks it. Illinois is going to like that score.
And you were right on it about Sierra Brooks from Michigan. New high score of the day on the vault, a 9.85 to pace both the Wolverines and the Illini. This is Natalie Wojcik, sophomore from Douglasville, Pennsylvania, coming off just a stupendous freshman campaign.
Wow, a nice, again, 1.5 Yurchenko, Yurchenko 1.5. She almost had that stuck landing. She took just the smallest shuffle of her foot backwards.
Two-time Big Ten champion, freshman of the year last year, and continuing where she left off.
She's actually scored a 10 on this event before.
Wow, yep, last February. Had a 39.75 all around that day as well.
Wow.
Lexi Powell now on bars, freshman from Aurora, Colorado, out of Cherokee Trail High School. It was a 9.80 for Olivia O'Donnell on the bars for Illinois. There's Powell on there right now.
Little short on that handstand. Gearing up for a nice full in dismount. And another stuck dismount for Illinois. That will be their third in a row.
And Illinois, a little bit of ground to make up when it comes to the bars after the miscue that Biondi had. And got the 9.875 from Takakawa, the 9.80 from O'Donnell. And as quickly on vault, it's Gabby Wilson from Michigan.
And that was another Yurchenko 1.5. Huge height again, and just a small hop forward.
That'll lead us to our final participant on bars for Illinois, Morgan Bixler. Bixler, a senior from Hanover, Pennsylvania. A 9.85 last week against Temple and Lindenwood. Transfer to this Illinois program from Maryland back in 2019. Couple of scores coming in on the vault. Wojcik, a 9.85, matching Sierra Brooks for the high score. And also on vault, Gabby Wilson, a 9.875, overtakes them. So Gabby Wilson ends up with the best score on vault.
This is Morgan Bixler finishing her bar routine. Short on that handstand, but she did a beautiful Delchev earlier. Double layout, small step backwards. And Illinois really recovered after Nicole Biondi.
Lexi Powell got a 9.80, and Morgan Bixler, as we just saw, wrapping up. So to finish up on vault for Michigan, scores for Nicoletta Koulos, 9.775. Maddie Mariani, 9.825, which at the time matched Shayla Scott's 9.825 from Illinois. Then Abby Brenner, 9.75. Sierra Brooks then took the lead over at 9.85. Natalie Wojcik matched her at 9.85. But Michigan, saving the best for last, Gabby Wilson, 9.875. So she'll take the individual title in the vaults. And then the final score on vaults for Michigan, 49.175. So they will win that event, 49.175 to Illinois' 48.825. This is going to be Julia Waite exhibition on bars, as Morgan Bixler got a 9.75 on the bars. Mia Takakawa lead the way for Illinois, 9.875, matching Michigan's Abbey High School, who had a 9.875.
Looks like Julia Waite just came off the bar. She did a Pike Jaeger, was just a little too far. Had her fingertips on the bar. She's getting back up to finish her routine.
Illinois finishing with a 48.90 on bars. So dropping that one to Michigan as well, as Michigan a 49.225. So the Wolverines winning both the vaults and the bars.
Nice double layout from Julia Waite. Small hop backwards. Great recovery.
But when it comes to the bars, you get one from each side sharing the top score. Takakawa at 9.875, as well as Abbey High School. We'll reset our overall score in just a moment here once we flash them back up on the screen. They're running through here on the screen in the building as well. Michigan 98.40 through two events. Illinois 97.725 through two events. Of course, we still have the beam and the floor exercise remaining here in this opening Big Ten meet of the year between Illinois and Michigan. So we'll take a break and be back in a couple of minutes and have more Big Ten gymnastics action for you from Huff Hall. Back at Huff Hall, Scott Sudikoff, Gianna O'Connor with you. We are halfway through today's meet, and the all-around score so far for Michigan at 98.40, Illinois at 97.725. On vault, Shayla Scott for Illinois, top score of 9.825, but it was surpassed by Michigan's Gabby Wilson, 9.875. Then on bars, Mia Takakawa for Illinois and Abby High School for Michigan, each with a 9.875. And look at all-around individual scores. Sierra Brooks and Natalie Wojcik both with a 19.7 through two events. Mia Takakawa is on their heels at 19.675. As we get ready for Illinois on beam and Michigan on floor. Illinois number 26 in the country after 2 weeks on beam. Michigan number 12 on floor exercise. And for Illinois, Rachel Borden, Nicole Biondi, Karen Howell, Kylie Noonan, Shayla Scott, and Mia Takakawa, the lineup as they're huddled up, getting ready to go. And for Michigan on the floor, some changes around in their lineup from what we were given kind of coming into the meet. Lexi Funk will lead off, followed by Natalie Wojcik. Then we'll see Abby Brenner, Sierra Brooks, Gabby Wilson, and Nicoletta Kulos, who will finish up on floor for Michigan. Opening Big Ten meet of the season, six-time defending champion Michigan 2-0 to begin the year. And Illinois 4-0 to start the year. Illinois trying to stop a 30-year drought. It sounds very imposing when you put it in those terms, but obviously when you look at Michigan as a program, it's nothing to really be ashamed of with the success that the Wolverines have had. All right, Rachel Borden on beam. Junior from Naperville, Illinois.
Slight wobble on that series, but she recovered so well. I don't even know if they will count that.
Had a 9-6-0 in the opening week at Missouri. Good story, of course. Started as the team manager for this program.
Nice stag jump.
Her career best is a 9.875, which she did have last year.
Slight wobble, again recovered so well. Gearing up for the dismount now. Stuck, dismount, great routine from Rachel Borden.
So Rachel Borden leading off for the Illini on the beam. As Illinois trying to come from behind here, down 98.40 to 97.725 through the first two events. Here's Lexi Funk, senior from Aurora, Illinois, one of the captains for the Wolverines. Scored a 9.825 last week. Has reached 9.90 on 8 occasions in her career.
Nice opening double tuck, controlled landing. Punch full, punch layout. Again, great controlled landing. She's smiling, looks like she's having fun out there.
How much of a floor exercise is scored on just entertainment factor? We've seen a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of fun over the last couple of years in some of these events.
Yeah, I would say, no, really, overall presentation, yes, but you don't really get scored on if you look like you're having fun.
I feel like it could sway. It almost sway a judge just slightly, getting the reactions from the crowd.
Yeah. It should be more about,
right,
obviously, the technicals, but yes, maybe I personally, if I was a judge, the more entertaining, yes. Overall, great routine for Lexi Funk.
Lexi Funk, the senior captain, finishes up for Michigan, the first on the floor. The Wolverine faithful in attendance enjoyed what they saw. If they were judging, they'd say 10.0. Next up on beam is Nicole Biondi for the Illini. We had that issue at the beginning of her routine on bars, hoping to bounce back. Scored a 9.75 the opening week of the season. Second team All Big Ten a couple of years ago, back in her freshman season. Getting the scores coming in. Lexi Funk, 9.80 on floor for Michigan.
It looks like the judges are talking on beam right now about Rachel Borden's score. So it looks they might be talking about her series, which she had a slight wobble in her connection, so I don't know if they're going to count it, which would be why you would see a lower score.
Gotcha. So we're waiting for that before Nicole Biondi goes here for the Illini. 9.80 on the floor for Lexi Funk for Michigan. Nicole Biondi on deck here for the Illini waiting.
Got Mia Takakawa in the back. She's just going through her routine. She's anchoring this event, so she's got a while, so she wants to keep warm.
Is there, to be the anchor, do you feel added pressure, or is it pressure that you like?
It would depend. If you don't really feel pressure unless the beginning of the lineup has a fall or a mistake. But being the anchor, she is the most confident and consistent one, so I feel like she would be fine with the pressure.
9.40 was the score for Borden as Nicole Biondi has begun.
That was a nice series from Nicole Biondi. No wobbles there. Good lead series. Nice side aerial. Overall, so far, this is a great routine. It's getting ready for the dismount. Let's round off 1.5. Just a small hop forward. Great routine, though.
Nicole Biondi, junior from Townsend, Massachusetts, finishing up for the Illini, the second on the beam. And now second on floor is Natalie Wojcik, who scored a 9.90 last week to win the floor exercise in the opening meet of the year for the Wolverines.
Nice double pike.
Wojcik's off to such a great start in her career. She has won an event in 15 of her 16 collegiate meets.
That's very impressive.
She had a 9.95 at the Big Ten Championships last year at floor.
Beautiful front double full punch pike. Again, controlled landing, showing off her flexibility here. Doing some dance, giving her time to breathe before her last pass. Her final pass, a handspring Rudy punch straddle jump. And I love that she just stayed in the same spot on that straddle jump. That was a great routine.
Natalie Wojcik, sophomore from Pennsylvania, finishes up for Michigan. Got her score from Nicole Biondi on the beam for Illinois, 9.725, matching what she had last week. And Karen Howell is up next for the Illini, senior from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Scored a 9.725 on the vault and a 9.70 on the bars today. Trying to improve upon her 9.675 that she had last week.
Great series, slight wobble, recovered very well. Switch leap straddle side. Cat leap into a switch side. Beautiful flexibility. I love this part of her routine. Again, showing off that beautiful flexibility she has. Straight into her dismount, sticks the landing, and a great routine for Karen Howell.
Going back to floor for Michigan, Natalie Wojcik scored a 9.85, so as the top scorer through two. Lexi Funk at a 9.80. This is Abby Brenner for Michigan, sophomore from Maple Grove, Minnesota. Mentioned born in the University of Michigan Hospital. She was destined to be a Wolverine.
A nice full in to start her routine, her opening pass. She landed with her chest. It's a little low, pulled it up right away. I love this music.
Scored a 9.85 last year. Had a 9.9 though last April at the NCAA Regional Finals.
Great second pass. Switch side Popa. Gearing up for her last pass here. She's playing to the crowd over there. I saw a wink.
Little showmanship doesn't hurt.
No, I love it. She's really bringing in the crowd with her routine. Last pass is a nice double pike.
Abby Brenner for the Wolverines. Going back to the beam for Illinois, still awaiting the score that Karen Howell had. Gonna get passed along right now with a 9.825. So Howell pacing Illinois on the beam, and Kylie Noonan is up right now for the Illini, junior from Minnesota. Checked in with a career best 9.90 last week.
That was a beautiful series. I love how straight her legs are.
Second team All Big Ten a year ago.
Beautiful. So far, no wobbles. This has been a great routine. She looks so confident up there. And cartwheel, gainer full dismount, sticks the landing. Great routine again for Kylie Noonan.
Abby Brenner's score on floor 9.80. So you got Funk 9.80, Wojcik 9.85, Brenner 9.80, and again Michigan kind of showing why vault is, or actually excuse me, floor. We're on floor. Vault was number one
Vault
for them,
was great.
but floor is looking pretty solid right now
Yes,
too. Number 12,
I would agree.
which is pretty good as well. This is now Sierra Brooks, the freshman from Plainfield, Illinois. Brooks, one of the all-around leaders coming into this event,
That
along
was a
with Wojcik at
beautiful-
19.7.
That was a beautiful full out. Start her opening pass. You see Michigan doing a couple harder passes. I think that was our second full out so far.
9.775 last week for Brooks.
Great second pass. She gets so much height on her tumbling. I love that. Having fun with her teammates on the side there. She finishes with a nice double pike. Again, huge height, controlled landing. This will be a great score for Sierra Brooks.
Well, she's trying to keep pace with her teammate Wojcik for the all-around lead. The 9.875 for Kylie Noonan on the beam, the new high score of the day. On beam now, Shayla Scott for the Illini, the sophomore from Plano, Texas.
I don't know if they're going to give her connection on that series. She had a slight wobble before she went for her back handspring, and she had a slight wobble after her back handspring, so those will both be deductions.
Finished 6th last year at the Big Ten Championships on beam.
Love her leaps and jumps. She has such long legs, it makes it look so nice. Beautiful front aerial.
She's the tallest of the Illini that compete on the beam at 5'9".
Nice cartwheel gainer fold dismount. Sticks the landing almost, I think. She was leaning backwards a little bit. I'd give it to her. She saluted.
Sierra Brooks scoring a 9.9 on her floor exercise. So she now actually has a slight lead on her teammate, Natalie Wojcik, for the all-around lead. As we watch Gabby Wilson for the Wolverines.
Another full in. Huge height again. She looks like she's having fun with her routine.
I saw her on the side while Illinois was on beam, and she was having fun with the music during that as well, with some dance moves.
It looks like it fits her personality. Great flexibility in those leaps. Just has her last pass left. Double pike. It looks like her chest was a little low, which caused her to step forward, but overall, another great routine for Michigan.
Sierra Brooks pacing with a 9.9. As we go back to the beam, where Mia Takakawa, who scored the first and only 10.0 on the beam in Illinois history last week.
And she is so confident on this event.
2019 Region 1 Level 10 beam champion out of Sacramento, California.
Wow, it actually looked like she was a little off on the end of that series, but no wobbles. Slight wobble there, I might have jinxed her. I'm sorry.
There's no such thing as a broadcaster jinx.
Another slight wobble there in her full turn. I think this is just the dismount left, back handspring out, or back handspring step out, gainer full, and she sticks to landing. Good routine overall for Mia Takakawa.
Shayla Scott scored a 9.80. Now we await Mia Takakawa's score. Gabby Wilson's score on floor, 9.825. And our final to go is Nicoletta Koulos. Sierra Brooks leading with a 9.9 for the Wolverines. And the leader on beam for Illinois, Kylie Noonan at 9.875.
And this is Nicoletta's first time competing on this event. Great leap series. Great pass there. Little sass in her routine.
Sometimes you get caught watching the teammates go through the routine with her on the sideline.
It really hypes you up sometimes. Nice double pike. I would say that is a great routine for Nicoletta Koulos.
Mia Takakawa's score on the beam was 9.875, so she matches what Kylie Noonan scored for the Illini.
This will be Olivia
exhibition
O'Donnell.
here.
Yep, as an exhibition.
And the high score on the floor. Waiting what Nicoletta Koulos scored, but Sierra Brooks at 9.90. We can update the individual all-around scores and tell you that in the lead is Sierra Brooks at 29.60. And tied now are Takakawa for Illinois and Wojcik for Michigan at 29.55. So Takakawa with that beam score has certainly put herself in contention for the all-around title today. Michigan entered this segment of our competition today 98.40 to 97.725 in the lead. And up to the minute score right now, which does not include the final floor here for Michigan, 147.575 for Michigan.
So overall, good routine for Olivia O'Donnell. I think that was her first time exhibitioning on beam.
And the final score on floor for Nicoletta Koulos, 9.725. So Sierra Brooks paces the Wolverines on the floor, 9.90. And on the beam for Illinois, Kylie Noonan and Mia Takakawa both at 9.875. We got to mention the all-around leader right now is Sierra Brooks at 29.60, but closely behind her teammate Natalie Wojcik at 29.55, and Mia Takakawa also at 29.55. And looking at the scores here, so Michigan on the floor finishes a 49.175, and they're up to 147.575 overall. Illinois 49.1 on the beam at 146.825, and actually I think the 9.725 from Koulos, the lowest score, so nothing will change on the Michigan side there. So their lead is, I believe, what you see on the screen right now all around for the Wolverines as we head towards Illinois on the floor and Michigan on beam. So we will step aside here for a couple minutes and come back and have more action for you in this opening Big Ten meet of the gymnastics season for both Illinois and Michigan here at Huff Hall. Welcome back to Champaign. Scott Sudikoff alongside Gianna O'Connor as we head towards Michigan on the beam and Illinois on the floor to wrap up our action today. Quick recap of what we've seen today. On the vault, the winner, Gabby Wilson from Michigan with a 9.875. Shayla Scott had the team high for Illinois at 9.825. Michigan winning the event 49.175 to 48.825. Moving on to bars, a tie there between Illinois' Mia Takakawa and Michigan's Abbey High School at 9.875. Michigan winning on the bars overall 49.225 to 48.90. What we just saw was Illinois on beam Kylie Noonan, Mia Takakawa, each scoring a 9.875 and a total of 49.1 for Illinois. Michigan on the floor, led by Sierra Brooks, outstanding 9.90, and the Wolverines finishing on floor 49.175. So our overall score, Michigan 147.575, Illinois 146.825. And we have three contenders for the all-around title today. Sierra Brooks leads the way from Michigan, 29.6, and both Wojcik for Michigan and Takakawa for Illinois at 29.55. Leading off for Illinois on floor is going to be Mia Takakawa, so we will get her final all-around score in a moment, but we're on the beam right now. Beam has begun for Michigan for Maddie Mariani, sophomore from Tucson, Arizona.
Little wobble on that side aerial.
Beam is where Michigan struggled the most, we'll say, in their opening week. Ranked number 47. Maddie Mariani had a career best, though, of a 9.85 last year at the NCAA Regional Finals.
Beautiful series, again, slight wobble. Beautiful switch side. I think she just has a dismount left. Round off 1.5, step forward.
Maddie Mariani for Michigan. Gets us to floor. Mia Takakawa for the Illini. Scored a 9.85 the opening week against Missouri. And again, in contention for the all-around title today.
Starts off with some fun, upbeat music here.
A little jump around. Switching gears, it sounds like.
She gets ready for her first pass. A round off double pike. Lands with her chest just a little low, but pulls it up right away. Switch side poker there.
At a Mira Loma High School. Sacramento.
Round off 1.5 punch layout. Just has her last pass left.
Oh, right back to jump around to end it. I like it.
A punch, Rudy, punch, split jump to end it for Mia Takakawa. Overall, great routine.
Maddie Mariani scored a 9.70 on her beam routine as Takakawa finished up on floor.
She's done for the day.
And we'll find out her all-around score once we get the score on the floor. This is Lauren Farley, junior from Dallas, two-time All-Big Ten performer. Has a couple of victories in her career on beam.
Beautiful series. That was a back handspring, step out, layout, step out, layout, step out. No wobbles. Smallest of wobbles there on her jump series, but recovered so well. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before, a 4.5 turn. Looks like that was an aerial split jump, and she felt a little wobble coming on, so tried to dance out of it to cover that up. Just a dismount, she does a little hop backwards.
So finish it up, Lauren Farley for Michigan on beam. We got the score for Takakawa on floor, 9.725. And she will finish with an all-around score of 39.275. As Karen Howell now on the floor for the Illini. Howell scored a 9.725 on vault, 9.7 on beam, and 9.825.
That first pass was a front tuck step out through to a double tuck. She looked like she just took a step forward on the landing.
She scored a 9.90 4 times in her career on floor, which is the leading score that Michigan had from Sierra Brooks.
Getting ready for her last pass, finishing up her dance. This is the time where she's breathing. Double pike. Her chest was a little low on that landing, but again, she pulls it up so quick. Great routine for Karen Howell.
Heading back to the beam, where Sierra Brooks, the leader all around, is up. Won the balance beam for Michigan in their meet last week, 9.875.
It looks like Lauren Farley went 9.8. Another triple series. That was beautiful. Back handspring, step out loud, step out loud, step out. Switch leap, switch leap.
To go back to Lauren Farley on beam, she scored a 9.80. And Karen Howell just got a 9.775 on her floor exercise.
I think Sierra just has the dismount left. A round off double tuck, small hop backwards. You don't normally see that, a round off double tuck dismount. That was awesome.
Go to Shayla Scott now on floor for Illinois. Got a 9.825 at Missouri. Her career best is 9.9.
Front handspring double full for that first pass. Looks like she came out of it just a little weird, hopped a little bit. Beautiful second pass. Love her leaps. She has such great flexibility. Just her last pass left. Front handspring Rudy. Controlled landing there.
Shayla Scott for Illinois. Got the score from Sierra Brooks on beam 9.9. And so she's going to finish with an all-around score of 39.50, if my math is correct, which I think it is.
And I think she's our new leader on beam.
She is. As as Illinois had a pair of 9.875s from Noonan and Takakawa. So now on beam for Michigan, this is Lexi Funk.
Beautiful series. Back handspring, step out, lay out, step out. Her legs were so straight. Lexi just has the dismount left. A side aerial, full, sticks the landing. Great routine. I don't think I saw a wobble there.
Lexi Funk for Michigan. Sierra Brooks, I think, has the all-around wrapped up at 39.5. As her teammate Natalie Wojcik has a chance, but she would need a near-perfect score on the beam. Is now on floor. It is Kylie Noonan. Shayla Scott scored a 9.725 on her floor exercise.
For a handspring double full. Very nice. Again with the sass, I love that. Front handspring layout, Rudy, that was beautiful. Controlled landing. Got a little bit of a music change here. Beautiful leaps. And working it to the crowd. Just her last pass. Round off 1.5 punch layout. Again, controlled landing. That was a great routine for Kylie Noonan.
Got a 9.850 last week. So we head back to the beam. Natalie Wojcik. I mentioned would need a near-perfect score to surpass her teammate Sierra Brooks for the all-around. Brooks checking with a 9.9 on the beam just a few minutes ago. Maggie O'Hara will be after Wojcik on the beam. Coming up on floor is Nicole Biondi for Illinois.
Looks like the judges are talking about the start value for Lexi's routine, which is why Natalie is waiting a little bit.
Wojcik had a 9.85 on her floor exercise. 9.85 on her vault as well. 9.85 on the bars.
Natalie is actually the 2019 NCAA beam champion.
Right.
So this will be a great routine to watch.
Scored 9.95 on a couple of occasions last year, so she has the ability to maybe overtake her teammate. "35 event titles last year as a freshman. She has not won an event yet today, which I mentioned she had won an event in 15 of her 16 collegiate meets entering today. A couple of scores just coming in here. Lexi Funk matching Sierra Brooks with a 9.9 on the beam. Seems like Michigan has made some improvements from last week. And Kylie Noonan, a 9.80 on floor. That's a new high score for the Illini on the floor.
Switch leap straddle jump, or sorry, switch leap split jump. Beautiful. She is showing us why she was the 2019 NCAA beam champ. This has been a fantastic routine so far.
Just a little bit of an issue last week. 9.275, but again, 9.95 was her best last year.
Beautiful cat leap side aerial. She just has the dismount left. She looks so confident up there. Round off, 1.5. Steps backwards. I don't think it'll be a 9.95, but that was a beautiful routine.
Now we'll see Nicole Biondi on floor for the Illini. Was able to win the floor event a couple of years ago at a meet as a freshman.
She scored a career high 9.9 on this event.
Yeah, that was, yep, that's when she won the event against Lindenwood, 9.90 back in 2018.
Great double pike. Then handspring layout, punch front full. It was a weird shuffle on with her feet there on the landing, but was overall great. Having fun with her dance here. Just her last pass left. Double tuck. Her butt was back a little bit, which caused her to scoot backwards, but great routine for Nicole Biondi.
Natalie Wojcik getting a 9.825 on her beam exercise, and that means all around today, Sierra Brooks will be the winner with a 39.50. But she's tied right now on the beam with her teammate Lexi Funk at 9.9, and Maggie O'Hara wraps things up on beam for Michigan now. One more on floor left for Illinois is Julia Waite.
Just a little off there. Caused her to bend at the hips. That'll be a deduction.
Nicole Biondi getting a 9.80 on floor, matching her teammate Kylie Noonan.
Side aerial, 1.5 dismount. Takes a step backwards.
Maggie O'Hara wrapping up for Michigan.
They're looking for Maggie's score to be above 9.7 to replace Maddie Mariani's.
So Sierra Brooks and Lexi Funk will most likely share the beam title today at 9.90. As Julia Waite is on the floor exercise now for Illinois.
This is her first time in lineup. Front step out through to a double tuck. Chest was a little low, which makes her step forward, but great opening pass. She does her second pass from the side. A 1.5 punch front. You normally don't see that. Normally you go for the corners. Just her last pass left. A double pike, just a little short there. Has to put her hands down.
Julia Waite for Illinois. And so, as we wait for our final scores to come in, Maggie O'Hara on the beam, a 9.675. Exhibition for Michigan on the beam, Abby Brenner. Going to get a practice round here for the Wolverines.
She's actually competed on this event before. Her career high is a 9.95.
So to wrap up the floor exercise, we saw for Illinois both Biondi and Noonan at 9.80, awaiting the Julia Waite score. Sierra Brooks, though, I think hasn't wrapped up with her 9.90 for Michigan. And then on the beam, you had Takakawa and Noonan both at 9.875 for Illinois, but we have seen Michigan, Brooks, and Funk each with a 9.9 to share the event title on the beam today. And Brooks with the all-around win today at 39.50, the freshman from Plainfield, Illinois, for the Wolverines. And of course, looking back on vaults, Gabby Wilson took the crown for Michigan at 9.875. Shayla Scott did have a high score for Illinois of 9.825. And on the bars, we saw a share split between Illinois and Michigan. Mia Takakawa 9.875 for the Illini, and Abbey High School 9.875 for the Wolverines. The final tallies will come through, but for Michigan, continuing kind of to be Michigan, it appears, in the early season of 2020. They were their normal selves on most events, and had a nice big improvement on the final event on the balance beam.
Yep. Both teams still had a few mistakes, but mostly not stuck landings, stuck dismounts, so they'll be looking for that to perfect those in practice in the upcoming weeks.
We're awaiting the official final scores of this meet before we sign off today. I want to pass those along and make sure everything that we have relayed is the true and final official tallies, but I think we feel pretty good about what we have been able to deduce here. And Sierra Brooks with an outstanding 39.5 for the day. Michigan on the beam finishing with a 49.125. And it looks like the unofficial final is 196.7 for Michigan, 195.65 for Illinois. And there it is on the screen for you. And again, there's the Sierra Brooks all-around of 39.5. Wojcik 39.375. Takakawa 39.275 for Illinois. And Howell went all around today for Illinois as well, 39.025. As Michigan able to win all 4 events today and take the overall victory as well. So unfortunately for the Illini, the streak continues. But as I mentioned, I'm sure there are a lot of teams that Michigan is getting the better of when you look at the all-time series as of late. And the Wolverines will be 1-0 in the Big Ten. Illinois will suffer their first loss overall in the year and be 4
It's still early in the
Right,
season,
and watching
though.
this event and maybe put on a coaching hat if you can here. And, Illinois coming out of this, what is the feeling? Sure, you lost, but there were some pretty good efforts and individual performances across all 4 events.
Yeah, I would say all 4 events were still great. They still had a couple mistakes here and there. I know they had a fall on bars, a fall on floor, but those were freshmen also coming in and competing on events that they haven't competed before. They're going to look forward to cleaning things up a little bit, hitting some handstands, sticking vaults, sticking landings. And Michigan and Illinois will meet again at the Big Ten Championships. Both will have more meets under their belt. So,
right, of course, Illinois finished second to Michigan last year in the Big Ten. The Illini will be back in action January the 25th. They'll be on the road at Minnesota, while Michigan, their next meet is coming up next week as well, as I fumble around to find that information in my mess of notes. Sure, Michigan faithful that are tuned in, they already know when their next meet is, and unfortunately I might not be of any help right now because I can't seem to find that note, but we know Illinois will be at Minnesota next week, and they'll look for their first Big Ten victory. Michigan taking the victory this afternoon, and congratulations to Sierra Brooks, the all-around win. And she also shared an event title and won one on her own. Gabby Wilson winning the vault today for Michigan at 9.875. Takakawa in high school for Illinois and Michigan splitting the title on the bars. And the beam winner ends up being that split. Yeah, with a 9.9. And then the floor winner, Sierra Brooks, at 9.9. So that's going to wrap up our coverage here this afternoon of the opening meet of the Big Ten season for Illinois and Michigan. The Wolverines prevail here this afternoon. My broadcast partner, Gianna O'Connor, our entire crew here at Huff Hall. I'm Scott Sudikoff saying so long from Champaign. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend.